My parents chose my brother's award over visiting me after a car crash. Now they want my savings to bail him out of a fraud scandal. I refused. The first thing I remember is the sound. Not the crunch of metal, not the shattering glass, but the terrible, wet silence that came after. It was a heavy, pressing quiet that felt like being underwater. Then came the pain, a blinding, white-hot siren that started in my left leg and screamed its way up my spine, lodging itself behind my eyes. I was pinned. The driver's side door folded in on me like a cruel piece of origami. I tried to call out, but the air in my lungs had been stolen, replaced by the coppery taste of blood and the acrid smell of a deployed airbag. It was in that moment, dangling upside down in my seatbelt, staring at the shattered asphalt through a spiderweb of broken windshield, that my first coherent thought formed. I need to call Mom and Dad. They got me out. It took the jaws of life and two grim-faced firefighters who spoke to me in calm, clipped tones that didn't quite mask the urgency in their eyes. I was loaded onto a stretcher, my legs screaming in protest with every tiny jostle. The paramedic, a kind woman named Sarah with tired eyes, held my hand. "We've got you," she kept saying. "Just hold on." In the ambulance, she asked for my emergency contact. I gave her my parents' number, the digits rattling off my tongue from decades of practice. "They live about an hour away," I managed to say through chattering teeth, the shock finally setting in. They'll come right away." Sarah just squeezed my hand tighter and nodded. The hospital was a blur of fluorescent lights, beeping machines, and faces leaning over me. They cut away my clothes, stuck needles in my arms, and wheeled me from one cold room to another. X-rays confirmed it, a comminuted fracture of the femur. My thigh bone wasn't just broken, it was shattered into multiple pieces. It would require surgery, rods and screws, and a long, painful recovery. A doctor with a gentle voice explained this to me while I stared at a water stain on the ceiling, trying to picture my parents' car pulling into the hospital parking lot. They would be breaking speed limits, my mother frantic, my father grim and determined. That's what parents did. I was moved to a room after hours in the emergency department. A nurse helped me get settled, her movements efficient and practiced. I asked her if my parents had called. She checked the nurse's station. "No, honey, not yet, but the traffic can be bad." I nodded, a lump of dread forming in my throat. I looked at my phone, its screen a mosaic of cracks but somehow still functional. No missed calls, no texts. I sent a simple message. "In the hospital. Car accident. It's bad. Please come." The three little dots appeared, disappeared, then appeared again. Then nothing. The message was marked as read. An hour passed, then another. My surgery was scheduled for the morning. The pain medication was making me woozy, but it couldn't touch the cold anxiety spreading through my chest. Every time the door to my room swished open, my head would snap up, a hopeful "Mom" dying on my lips as a nurse or an orderly walked in. It was nearly 10 o'clock at night when my phone finally rang. It was my mother. Relief washed over me so intensely it made me dizzy. "Mom," I breathed, my voice cracking. "Oh, thank God. Where are you? Are you almost here?" There was a pause on the other end, filled with the faint sound of music and a low murmur of voices. "Oh, sweetie. Hi. We got your text. How are you doing? Are you okay?" Her voice was distant, distracted. "No, Mom, I'm not okay. I was in a really bad accident. My leg is shattered. I need surgery." I could hear my own voice, high and thin with panic. "They said it was a bad one. The car is totaled. I'm scared." "Oh, that's just awful," she said, her tone lacking any real concern. It was the same voice she used when she heard about a distant cousin's plumbing issues. A shattered leg? Goodness. "Well, the doctors there are very good, I'm sure." Then, the sound of someone talking to her in the background. My brother, Daniel. I could just make out his voice, impatient. "Listen, honey," my mother said, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "We can't come tonight. We're at Daniel's award banquet." Full story on channel link below.